Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a T67. It's an American Tier 5 tank destroyer, and it's located on the south spawn of Cliff, and it's under the command of BetimAbazi. Now the T67 is quite a favourite amongst many players. It's a very fast little machine. It can run around the battlefield doing all sorts of damage. It's got a quite fast gun. Quite fast on the reload. It's quite good penetration. The one problem it's got is it hasn't got very good turning capability, and the turret is rather slow to traverse. But apart from that, it's quite a good sniper. Can be awful in traffic jams. Okay, Betim's taking the T67 up the cliff. He's going up onto the second level. I get the feeling he might be going for the lighthouse, going up off the top of the hill. Normally tank destroyers now, since they changed the maps, go to K5 because there's a little hill up there where you can spy on the enemy and shoot them from a distance. But it looks like Betim's going to take him right up on top of the hill. Yep, he is. He's going all the way to the top, to the lighthouse. And he's managed to do so far without being hit by the enemy, but he has been seen by them. Yep, that chaffee down there saw him. He's trying to get a shot on the chaffee. No, not that one. That one worked.
Enemy armor is hit.
And he finished him off. Lovely. So he's got 206 hit points of damage already. And now all he's got to do is spot the enemy and enable his Arty to go to work on them. Just going to peek over the edge and see where they are. Oh, there's one straight away. Can he get a shot? No. There's an M5 Stuart. And it looks like he's going to try and come up here. And he's got a Panzer 38 NA for company. Right, so this is going to be a difficult one. He's going to have to do a fight on top of the hill. But it's necessary. Oh, fires around, misses the Panzer 38. And he puts a round into the Panzer 38, keeps him around this side because he doesn't want to face the M5 Stuart. He might have the autoloader. Okay, the M5 Stuart does have the autoloader, but he's fluffed his shot. He got hit in the rear. The Panzer 38's coming down for the kill. And the RAM kills him for 92. And the 14 TP came down the hill, and he's now being used as a barrier to kill the M5 Stuart. And he's got him as well, and now he's taking out the 14 TP, and he's got him too. He's got the high caliber. He's just wiped out 3 of the enemy's light tanks in next to no time at all, and he did so all alone. No assistance from any other teammate to do that. Okay, KV2R, the premium version. That one bounced, but he's using standard AP. Should be able to get through the turret with standard AP, especially if he hits it on the side. Just needs to find a better position. Doesn't want to go back to the same position, because if you do that, people will sight in on that position and they'll aim, pre-aim, and the moment you're seen, they'll pop around into you. Okay, so he's waiting to go unsighted, and he's going to pop out and take a look. Actually, he's got very low health. He's only got 5% of his health. That may be the reason why he hasn't popped out to take a look. He's probably trying to go passive for a short period of time, let the enemy forget about him, and then he can act. Now, we know the KV2R was seen in Grid Square B7. He's probably moved on from there, but there's nobody that he's spotting it for other than the Arty, because nobody has actually moved out of the cap area. They're all still sitting in there. Well, only one tank actually did move out of the cap area. Well, a few have been killed. But until the team moved out... Ah, right, T67 puts a lovely round into him, 108 hit points. Now, given that Betim's so low on health, he may have to relinquish control of the lighthouse if that T67 comes up this way. He's gone into a defensive position so he can ambush the T67 if he does come up here, but he might have to move because he's got such little health left. T67 is coming up. Oh, he's been killed. Thank you to the Dickomax for doing that. And Dickomax is named Daddy. Well, you certainly did act like Daddy in this one. Now he's doing a quick bit of spotting on the other side of the hill, just in case that KV2 has moved around. He's gone very passive, but that's a good decision. Yes, the KV2 is there. He's locked on, and he's putting rounds into him. And the KV2 hasn't got the gun elevation to fire back. Not easily. And so he can keep farming that KV2. And that's exactly what he's doing. Oh, he does have the gun elevation. He did fire a round back. But that's some beautiful farming there. Beautiful farming. He didn't get the kill, but he farmed most of the damage off that KV2. He managed to get 805 hit points of damage off that KV2, would you believe it? And that's all with only 5% of his health left. Oh, he just took that P-43 out with an auto-aim. This guy is so good at what he does. And we have several players in Arty Noobs. They know how to handle tanks, and they really do play them well. And even on auto-aim, he was absolutely sure he could get the kill there. And the amazing thing is he's doing this all with only 5% of his health left. If the enemy spots him and puts one round into him, he's done for. 19 hit points is all he's got left, but you only need 1 hit point to win the battle. Now he's aiming at the spot where the tank destroyers normally locate. There are 2 tank destroyers on the enemy team, and both of them are Sturmgeschütz 3B, Aslains B. Now that is the tier 4 version. There are 2 Arty on the enemy team, and there's 1 heavy, a T1 heavy. Now the Stug 3B is just as capable as the Stug 3G, so he's got to be wary of them. But it looks like the team have found the T1 heavy, and they're looking to try and deal with him. We've got a TOG 2, so he should be able to punch that T1 heavy full of holes with his 17-pounder. The others are taking up positions overlooking, and there's the Stug. It's been found. We get 1 round in. 1 more should do it. Oh, missed that one. There's the other Stug. And we get a round in. And oh, that one goes over the top. The Stug's hiding behind the rock. That's going to make it awkward because we won't be able to get a shot into him now unless he pulls out. Oh, he's gone down. The Arty got him. M44, thank you very much. This is a really good battle. It's not often you see something so good where somebody has lost so much hit points and they still continue to fight. Okay, there's 2 Arty to kill now. The Su-8 and the other one is a Panzer Selbstfahrerfetter. There's the Panzer. It's tier 4 German with the turret, and he's just taken a fit from the Chaffee. We've auto-aimed and we get him! That's his 6th kill. He's got a Top Gun. Now, if he can only get that last one, the Su-8, we don't know where he is. I guess that Betim's going to try and go up onto the heights, overlook the Western Pass, and see if he's down there. I suspect he might be. He'll spot him the moment he does. And he's been asked to platoon with the TOG 2. There he is. And oh, we roll down. Oh! And we've been shotgunned by the Su-8. Yeah, I think the Su-8 was waiting for that. And he's been killed. It was the TOG 2 who got him in the end. It might have been easier if Betim had actually not killed the Su-8, pulled back, allowed the TOG 2 to kill him, and they platooned because they both would have picked up a Brothers in Arms. And here's the result. It's an ace tanker for BetimAbazi in the T67. He also managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 12, a duelist badge for taking down 2 enemy who did damage to him during the battle, a 5 for effect for dealing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle, the high caliber for dealing the most damage in the battle, and lastly the Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills, and he did get 6 exactly, but I think going after that last kill may have been a mistake. It may have been, having found him, and if he platooned with the TOG, it would have been a brothers in arms as well. So let's have a look at team scores. Highest damage, 2,541 hit points of damage. That's more than double the highest score of the TOG with 1,032, more than double the highest score of the SU-100 on the enemy team, 1,074. When it came to kills, again, look, he just absolutely monstered them. He got double the highest score of the TOG. He managed only 3 kills in the end. He managed to get 6. The best that the Stug the other team could get was their SU-8. He managed to get only 2 kills, so he did 3 times the number of kills on the enemy team leader. And when it came to base XP, well, just look at that, 1,360 base experience points from that battle alone. The next highest score, again, the TOG, which managed to get 694, then came the Dicamax with 439. Best on the enemy team was the T1 Heavy with 358. So, detail report. He fired 33 rounds during that battle. He got 25 direct hits, 23 penetrations. Good penetration as well. He was firing a lot of AP rounds, not the APCR that I see from a lot of T67 drivers. He did damage at 2,541 hit points, of which 490 were at more than 300 meters. He received 6 hits from the enemy. 4 were penetration, 2 were non-penetration. A lot of that damage was done while he was up on top of the cliff. I think it was only the minimal splash damage, obviously, that the SU-8 managed to get to kill him. And that was obviously just 19 hit points, which is what he had all left for most of the battle. He also spotted 5 enemy vehicles, damaged 10 of the enemy, that's 2/3 of the enemy team, and killed 6 of the enemy, that's 2/5 of the enemy team. And he did damage assistance of 354 hit points. On a standard account, he earned 31,627 credits, and after repair, ammunition resupply and consumables, he actually took away 22,894 credits. He received 1,360 base XP, times 2 for the first victory of the day, took away 2,720 in total. Well, that was a really great battle for the T67. I do admire the fact that not only was he firing standard ammunition, but even though he'd lost virtually all of his hit points during that mall on the top, where he was standing alone against 4 enemies who were coming at him, he still managed to keep his cool and shoot at the enemy effectively at distance, especially that kill on the KV-2R. Well, he didn't get the kill, but he farmed the damage off that KV-2 very, very nicely indeed. So hats off to you, Betim. That was a really great round. So if you enjoyed this replay, because I definitely did, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.